I felt that if I don't do something of my own right now, if I don't take any risk, the possibility of taking risk will reduce further and further. Why is it nobody is doing this non-brokerage thing? As individuals, we had faced huge amount of problem with brokers. Why can't we connect two people directly with each other? The hardest part of being a CEO is basically letting people go. You go out of your house, you see हजार तरह की problem, which is a great thing for all the startup founders because we need problems to solve. If you are somebody who wants to start a business of your own, this is the best time.
Let's start with an introduction. Tell us who you are and what you do.
So my name is Amit Agrawal. I am the co-founder and CEO of NoBroker, and we have been running NoBroker for past 12 years. NoBroker is a platform which connects owners and tenants, buyers and sellers directly with each other without any broker in between.
Back in 2014, why did you leave a stable career at 35 to start something completely unproven?
So I think at that age, which was mid 35, mid 30s, it is not perhaps an ideal age to start something of your own because you gather EMIs and responsibilities. But I felt that if I don't do something of my own right now, if I don't take any risk, then the possibility of taking risk will reduce further and further. Because although you have experience of many years of doing a job and hence you can always get another job, but somehow your risk appetite keeps on reducing. So I think I realized that, and along with the support of my family, that if at this age, if I can take a plunge and even if I lose a couple of years, I can always come back and somehow we can sustain that. But if I don't, then this lack of risk or this omission risk will be very high.
Let's talk about how the three of you, Saurabh, Akhil, and you, came together to start NoBroker.
So we are basically batchmates and juniors from IIT Bombay and from Ahmedabad. And we basically, so Saurabh is my batchmate from Ahmedabad, Akhil is a junior from IIT Bombay, and all three of us were thinking about starting something of our own. We basically felt that why is it so that nobody is doing this non-brokerage thing? Because as individuals, as customers, we had faced huge amount of problem with brokers. And when housing.com came with their very jazzy map view for the first ever time ever, we felt that now the problem is solved. But then what we discovered was that behind the good looking UI, there's still a broker. So from the customer's economics point of view, there's still a broker. I still need to pay a full brokerage to him. So we felt that the problem is still unsolved. So we had this innocent question as to why can't we connect two people directly with each other?
Can you share the personal experience that made you feel this had to change?
So for example, I was living in Bombay, and in Bombay, the same owner who had given us his house, we had paid to the broker. Now after a year, when we wanted to continue living in the same house, the broker again came and again took money. And it's just like, hey, you have never visited us for the past 1 year. For what are you taking the money? But the owner was so afraid of the broker because he felt that these tenants are coming here and going, but the broker is always going to be in this locality. And I shouldn't take any panga with this broker and I should pay. And basically both of us should pay. And with many other brokers with whom we gave our house or we basically took the house, it felt that he just wants to get his brokerage. So I know that there are many good brokers also. There are brokers who really care about their client. But a vast number of brokers are here for part-time business. They have a small shop. They also do some other work. They have some chotu sitting in that shop. Once a client comes, the chotu calls the boss, and he comes and he basically tries to fit you wherever he can. So our experience was that the broker is trying to give us the slow moving inventory. He's trying to fake कि साहब प्रॉपर्टी चली जाएगी आज ही, कई और लोग भी आए देखने वाले, फटाफट डिसाइड करिए. तो हमको लगा यार ये हमारे बारे में तो कुछ सोच नहीं रहा है. He is only basically trying to get rid of the house and earn his brokerage. So although there are many good brokers, the problem was that here we were paying huge amount of brokerage, 1 month of rent, 2% in buy and sell, but still getting a very, very shoddy service. And unlike in US or other China where the broker helps you in packer, mover, furniture, etc., here the broker just vanishes. Once the deal is done, he takes money and he just vanishes. तो आई थिंक ये हम लोग लगा कि ये तो बहुत बड़ा ही ब्रोकर इंडस्ट्री है और अनऑर्गेनाइज्ड है, और काफ़ी इसके अंदर थोड़ी दादागिरी भी है कि अगर एक ब्रोकर एक लोकेलिटी के अंदर 1 मंथ की फीस चार्ज कर रहा है, तो दूसरा ब्रोकर कैन नॉट कम एंड कैन नॉट चार्ज 15 डेज, बिकॉज दैट दोज ब्रोकर्स विल फोर्स हिम टू चार्ज द सेम अमाउंट. So the industry has become in such a way that there is sort of nobody can even price break it. So we felt that the problem will just continue if someone doesn't try.
Now let's talk about resistance. Whenever you try to disrupt an industry, there's bound to be pushback. You have spoken about the time when around 40 brokers showed up at your office. What exactly happened?
So the broker incident, basically I have discussed at many places also. So I will tell that and I will tell one more incident. So broker incident was that one of the days when we thought that perhaps there's a procession outside, there were a group of 30, 40 brokers slash goons who had seen our ad in Kormangla, and they were very, very angry. And I think a couple of the customer told them कि हम पहले नो ब्रोकर पे चेक करेंगे, हमें नहीं मिली प्रॉपर्टी तो तुम्हारे पास आएंगे. तो वो काफ़ी गुस्सा हुए थे इस बात से. उस टाइम पे वी डिड नॉट चार्ज ऑल्सो एनीथिंग, सो देन इट वॉज कम्प्लीटली फ्री. सो देयर एंगर वॉज इवन मोर, and they wanted to basically break stuff and they wanted to beat employees. So it was hugely scary and we were completely unprepared for, because we never thought that something like this can happen in Bangalore. Police came, but we did not get much help, and then we finally had to vacate. So we were also not world as wise also. And then multiple incidents had happened after that also, that we also got many legal notices from many brokerage associations saying that you are demeaning brokers. Many incident also happened as late as just a year back, wherein few of our representatives who were trying to go and show properties in Pune to customers, many of the brokers tied up with the security guards, and the moment our guy showed up with the customer, they beat him. And they were so confident that even when we went to police station, they were out there in the police station threatening us again. So, and our guys were so scared that they did not take their scooters or motorcycles because they were afraid that the scooter number or the motorcycle number will be seen by them and then there will be repercussions. So I think a lot of courage has been shown by our own teammates to handle these instances. But now I think over time, we and the brokers, I think we now have learned to coexist with each other, and we have realized that both will exist. Whoever gives a good service to customer will win.
So let's talk about the business model of NoBroker. How do you make money while promising no brokerage?
So no brokerage basically does not mean that we will not charge anything. Because if it means that, then we will not be able to survive. So the whole no brokerage concept will go away for a customer. So for us, the way in which we look at no brokerage is, we feel that so what we have done is our default is free. So as an owner, as a tenant, as a buyer, as a seller, you come on the platform, it's free for you. The only thing that we have done is that once you have tasted the platform, once you have used it for free, say for 1 year, 2 years, once you have exhausted a level of contacts, and then if you want premium services, you want your property to be at the top, because now there are lakhs of properties on NoBroker platform. And if you want your property to be on the top, you want it to get more interaction views, then we charge. But whatever we charge is also a couple of $1,000. And for a property which is where a broker would have taken 25,000 rupees as a brokerage, we would be taking 2,000 rupees. So our objective is to keep it a freemium model where free is also there, premium is also there, but the premium has to be very less compared to the brokerage so that we are able to give the services. Our costs are also not very high because we are not physically there in the house. So we are able to offer it. And so that's our basically business model.
Is there any interesting story where a broker managed to get onto the platform and surprise your team?
Yeah, so I remember initially, in the initial days, whenever you used to discover that this is a broker, then the team, so we had 2 floors in a house. I remember that my team leader will come running कि सर ब्रोकर मिला है एक एंड will अरे कैसे ब्रोकर कैसे घुस गया, क्या तुमने क्या कहाँ एल्गो कहाँ फेल हो गया, क्या लर्निंग है, क्या किया इसने. So I think we were and we are hugely paranoid that a broker should not come. So even today what happens is many of the customers write कि अरे नो ब्रोकर पे तो ब्रोकर है, we know कि नहीं है. और अगर कोई भी ऐसा बोलता है तो हमसे बोलते हैं अच्छा आप सारी लिस्ट दे दो हमको. The calls that you might have gotten is because you went to some other platform also and you gave your phone number and hence you got calls. But no broker platform पे आपको नहीं मिलेगा ब्रोकर, और हो तो आप तुरंत बताओ हमें. तो we are very very paranoid because कंपनी का नाम ही यही है. तो we have to ensure that there is not even a single broker.
What's the hardest part of being a CEO that no one warns you about?
So I think what I never imagined, I always thought that despite being a CEO, I would just keep on doing my work, coordinating with others. So in my mind, I often think that I am just a senior in IT and everybody else is 1 year junior to me and we are doing something cohesively together. That's how I often think. But that's not how the team thinks. Team thinks you are something very special. You are this visionary guy who has thought about something great, and they put you on a pedestal. So sometimes it feels very strange that why are you being so sensitive about what I'm saying? And it cuts both ways, sometimes positive, sometimes negative. So that I'm still surprised because I, in my mind, still wants to believe that we are just seniors and juniors and this is a project together that we are doing. The hardest part of being a CEO and perhaps more importantly of being a leader is basically letting people go. Because what happens is that when you hire a business guy or a head of or a leader, and when you work with that person over months and years, you become friends in some sort of way at least. You go for parties together, you discuss things apart from work also, discuss things about families also. And the person also makes friends within the fraternity. So there are roots of that person with other people also. And when you discover that the person is no longer good enough for no broker, now the decision is, and I am handling my own business, my co-founders are not aware that this guy is not doing that good a job. So there's nobody to question me. I can keep that person who is no longer good forever. Neither the investors will ever come to know, nor my co-founders will ever come to know, nor my juniors will ever tell me on my face कि अरे ये तो अच्छा नहीं कर रहा, फिर भी आप ये टीम में क्यों हैं? Out of politeness, people don't say this. Now still taking the call कि नहीं ये ठीक नहीं है कंपनी के लिए, and if a person is not good enough and still works in no broker, he is going to drop the morale of everybody who is good. And hence taking the decision कि नहीं भाई तुम जाओ, तुम किसी और कंपनी जाओ, तुम नहीं कर सकते हमारे साथ काम, ये बहुत ही डिफिकल्ट डिसीजन है. एंड इट ऑलवेज, नो मैटर हाउ मेनी ईयर्स इट हैपन्स, इट ऑलवेज पिंचेस यू, इट ऑलवेज मेक्स यू अ बैड पर्सन in front of others who don't understand the full story. So that's the most difficult part of being a leader, because as a human being you want to be popular. You want to say हाँ भाई कितना अच्छा इंक्रीमेंट दिया है, ये तो बहुत अच्छे लीडर हैं, सबको मतलब सबको प्रमोशंस बांट रहे हैं और सबका ध्यान रख रहे हैं. तो you as a human being you want to be liked. But if you want to be so the question is whether you want to be a popular leader or whether you want to be an effective leader. A popular leader is the one who will ignore the things which are bad, which are going on. But an effective leader has to take those calls. And I'm hoping that whenever we have taken that call, it has always been for the betterment of NoBroker, and team overall has become more energized that it is about meritocracy.
Why does this work matter so much to you as a founder?
I think whatever as a founder I do matters hugely because now it has become a part of your being. So wherever I go, I am recognized not just as Amit, but also as a co-founder CEO of NoBroker. So over the years, even the society has basically intermingled my personal life with the professional life. And as a founder, what happens is that you merge them anyway. So when you are having a haircut, you think about something in NoBroker. When you're in office, you might think about something about your kids. So the lives basically have intermingled with each other. So I think And when you basically start a company along with your friends with huge amount of trouble, so you don't get funding, you don't get an office. Then once you get an office, then you get attacked by brokers. Once you recover from that, then you discover that nobody's funding you. Once they fund you, then you discover that revenue is not growing. Once revenue grows, then you discover that suddenly COVID has come, and now revenue is again gone away. Then you again arrange for something. Then you discover, hey, now you want to be profitable. So it's like a baby that you nurture over the years, and you become extremely emotionally attached to the cause. And there's a huge amount of happiness that you see when you discover that people, you meet somebody and when they say, yes, no broker helped me, I got a house for free or at a very low cost. So it's a lot of joy over the years seeing people benefit. And hence now it is an integral part and it matters hugely as to how we do.
For someone who wants to become a founder today, especially in the era of AI, what would your advice be?
In today's environment, I would like to zoom out and I would like to see where is India going to go in the next 10, 20, 30 years. Still, we have huge amount of problems. You go out of your house, you see हजार तरह की problems, which is a great thing for all the startup founders because we need problems to solve. Customers are evolving, customer salaries are increasing, customer demands are increasing. So in the next 10, 20, 30 years, there are going to be huge opportunities, huge problems to solve successfully and make large businesses. AI has enabled even the non-techie guys to make a techie stuff. So now basically I see that many of the non-techies are basically producing codes with the help of Claude and so on. So I think AI will democratize it even better, and more talent will come and solve the problems. So I would say if you are somebody who wants to start a business of your own, this is the best time. Don't wait any longer, else somebody else will come with your idea. The next 10, 20, 30 years are going to be amazing. Worst case, you will lose a year or 2 years. You can always go back to your original job. Today, there's a lot of weightage that is given if you're a failed startup founder, even failed ones. So I think you should, if you are someone who wants to start his own business, don't wait. I think you arrange for the basic money and take a plunge.